Oh, it's coming in right there.
Cabinets finally came in. It took months, but that's all right. So we're gonna put them together.
It's July 1st. And we ordered them like
in March.
Mid-March.
Yeah, it's July 1st. We ordered them mid-March. But I will say they came on the day they said they were gonna came, and they set proper expectations. I'm okay with it. I weirdly enjoy putting together IKEA cabinets.
I hate it.
Whatever logic is behind IKEA furniture assembly meshes well with my brain and how it works. So for some reason I like it.
If I went to hell, it would be painting and assembling IKEA cabinets all day, every day, for the rest of eternity. Buddy, is that?
Wait, why do you need a extension cord?
Because we have to use a plug-in drill. All our drills are down at the house.
What?
So, I mean, it's kind of crazy, okay? So if you actually think about it, like, battery-powered drills actually haven't been around that long. You know? At least good ones.
We haven't used a...
Ever.
What do you even call that? A hard line drill?
It's just a plug-in drill, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, this is what we're doing. This is how it's working today. It's not bad. It's variable speed. We'll be all right. We'll get it. This will actually be the first time I'll. No, that's a lie. I've done projects with, plugins. Oh my god! I just smell the motor like burning up. All right, we good. Maybe that's why I hate it so much.
Okay.
All right, let's not put this one on backwards.
Exactly.
Is the first thing you thought about?
Yeah.
It's just a lot for me to be on the floor.
That's what I'm saying. You need that little camp chair. I keep telling you to get one. Okay. So if I've learned anything about putting together cabinets from IKEA, it is that you follow the instructions. Do not get confident. Do not think that you did many cabinets before and now you can just do it from memory, because you will mess up. All of the cabinets are very similar and there's always one thing different. Follow the instructions. So we finished putting all the cabinets together, but now we gotta load them up into the truck to bring them down to the house.
Flooring is finally done. We've got this transition set up here to transition over to the carpet in the bedroom. Those jams were super annoying to do, but it turned out looking really great. And special guest today is my father, Tom.
Hello, everybody.
He's here to help us hang these cabinets. We're gonna start hanging these lowers. So with IKEA, you gotta mount a suspension rail first. So you've gotta get it all leveled out for the top of the suspension rail, get your studs marked out, and then you can start mounting that suspension rail to your wall. So that's what we're gonna start with, the lowers. We had to get our heights all set. So in Little Pal, when we set our microwave, we felt that it was really close to the top of the cooktop of the range. The height ended up being fine. The numbers wise, it worked out fine. Just me personally, I didn't particularly love the way it looked. So what we did here was 36 inches off the floor is gonna be the top of your countertop. Okay, and then we went 18 inches above the top of the countertop. And then the height of our microwave is going to be 17 and about 3/8. So then we came up and marked that one. And that actually works out pretty well with the height the electrician set our microwave line for that outlet. If it was a little low, you could just score up and just pull it up. And he'll set that receptacle up in your upper cabinet. We've got it all marked out, so let's start mounting this. So whenever anybody asks me how I learned how to do things, the source is like right here. This is like the book. Just growing up, any project that our home house needed, windows, doors, anything like that, we did it ourselves. So that's how I ended up learning how to do a lot of these home renovation projects. Now that we're investing, being able to put them all into one house and one project is really cool. But I still don't know, obviously, everything about home renovation, so just keep learning, because that's how I did it. Soon somebody's asking you, how did you learn how to do all this stuff? Just doing it. We got lucky on that one.
Then, every time you borrow around for construction from them, you're going to sign off on a new mortgage note.
After reading the book, Raising Private Capital by Matt Faircloth, we had some questions, so we hopped on a call with him and Alex Felice while they were driving down south to check out a new project. If you haven't read Matt's book yet, we highly recommend. Click the link in the description below to grab a copy. Thanks, Matt and Alex.
Cool, guys. Thank you.
Thank you both so much. This was super helpful. I really appreciate your time.
Sure. Great chat with you. Bye-bye.
Later, guys. This existing wall that we're putting this suspension rail on, we didn't frame this up. So it's all old framing under probably about 1 3/4 inches worth of plaster and lath. Finding these studs with a stud finder was impossible. I mean, you really couldn't do it. It was a lot of going by where the electricians mounted the boxes and then kind of just measuring off and hoping everything was 16 from there. But we got this first rail up. It actually wasn't too difficult to find the studs. Now we're on to hanging them up on this wall, which I framed up and is unfinished on the other side. So we know where all the studs are at. Should be a lot easier. 26, 6 and 35. Come with me. As he would always tell me, I don't know how the hell you work like this. And I usually am pretty good at keeping it clean, but I'm also very good at making it dirty.
I went to Home Depot, ordered the carpet.
Yeah.
They're gonna come measure next Thursday,
Sweet, that gives us time.
because you're off Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come measure Thursday, and they'll create the quote, we'll approve it, then they'll come out and install
Sweet.
it.
All right, awesome. Here. And then we got range here. We have dishwasher next to it.
It's 30-30, right? So
Like, I don't know if it fits there. How much?
25.
If the depth of the range then comes out past it. So what's the depth of it? And you gotta go to the gas line, you can't go to the wall. That's for the waistline. 17. 17 and a quarter.
And you're in. Beautiful.
Oh, perfect.
Done working on the house for today, so decided to come to the range and hit some balls. Got my first set of clubs.
Yeah, we gonna get behind some balls and we're gonna send them right out there. Oh, baby, yes.
Just got back to Big Green to finish putting up these kitchen cabinets, but it is pouring out and a tenant just texted and said there's quite a bit of water in their basement. So we're gonna put a hold on this, go check that out.
It's pissing out. Can't say that, it's a family show. We used to live in this house. This was our house hack. This was our first property, the duplex. And we lived here for a little over a year and I kind of miss it. So it's like really fun, as much as it sucks getting a maintenance call, but it's kind of fun going back and like seeing it. Sometimes we bring Bodie and see if he remembers it there.
Anytime we go to the unit that we lived in, I'm like, wait, I miss it. I want to live here again.
Or when there's a turnover.
Or yeah, when there's a turnover, we're like, are we just gonna move back in? Oh, a little tree update for you. So this is the property where the tree fell in the garage. We had the tree removed. It cost $6,000 to remove just our portion of the tree. Insurance covered it all. We just submitted our quote from our contractor to remove the garage and rebuild a new one. So we'll see what our insurance says about that. It was a pretty hefty price tag, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's where we are with the tree and the insurance claim.
And we haven't had like any of these big storms, but this is Tropical Storm Faye, I think. That's like kind of coming through. The water table just seems to be a little high in the two areas that we do invest. Not that we're in flood zones or anything, but we definitely need sumps in all of our basements. See how far over this comes. Oh my God, dude. It's all underneath the stairs. Oh, it's coming in right there. See right there?
Yeah.
Let's go get some hydraulic cement. Let me look at the downspout outside. That's coming in really fast too.
Want me to turn their watch off?
Yeah, you can turn it off. Put a longer downspout there. And then I'm gonna put a turn on this one and send it to the driveway. And let it.
Part of me knows that we should be calling somebody to handle this fix, but I just feel like we were so close. It does need to be fixed right now. We're here.
The thing is that the cost of an emergency job is so high, and the labor rate is so much higher than your normal everyday job. It's like, we're here, definitely.
The goal is to scale and to get us away from doing this. So I feel like we're in that pivoting point or like growth point, but we're still holding on to it a little bit.
Don't listen to her.
It's an internal struggle. But we are painting the entryway and common area and the staircase with Big Green, and I was like, oh, I'll just do it. We did hire that out. So, I mean, we're showing growth in some areas and holding on a little in others. We'll get there. We're learning. We're growing.
Process.
It's a process.
It is basically the same problem we had at Little Pal, where it's just coming through the foundation wall in the basement. I think it's probably because the downspouts, I forget what they call them, but it's the little piece of plastic like ramp that the downspout runs onto to take the water away. It's not long enough, so it's just like running into the grass anyway.
Well,
So-
and because the tree's down.
And because the tree's down, but that's way out back though.
Yeah.
Where it's coming through is on the driveway
That's
side.
true, yeah.
I'm gonna get a longer piece of downspout that'll run across the grass. It won't dump it onto the grass, and it'll dump it onto the driveway. And then I'm gonna actually get an extension for the downspout out back and try to send that away from the house a little bit, because where the tree fell, like Lauren just said, there is a huge pile of debris there that's kind of blocking it up, and it's kind of puddling up there. So we'll get an extension to send that away. That should do the trick, and we'll also get some hydraulic cement and just fill the hole that was created. It's a tiny little pinhole that you can actually see water just coming through. They sell hydraulic cement that you can use in wet conditions, so we can just patch that up real quick and be done with it. Hopefully that fixes the problem. All right, I'm wet. We're not doing cabinets today. You all right with that? I feel disgusting. Like I'm just like imagining like getting done. It's like humid in here too. It's gross. Like I'm imagining getting done this, and I'm gonna have to stand outside and do these downspouts, so I'm gonna be even more wet, and then going inside to go hang cabinets. That sounds terrible. We did have in our agenda to drive for dollars today, so maybe you want to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
So part of our growth journey is we used to be very like one property at a time because we do basically everything, and we felt like we couldn't handle more than more than one at a time. So our goal is to have 2 projects going at once. So with that, we need to start finding our next deal. So we really want to do an off-market BRRRR again, like we did with property number 3. We had a huge success with that, but this time we want to be a little bit more hands-off. So we still want to find the deal and talk to the sellers, but we want to use a contractor. I'm not a huge fan of just like pulling lists, so we're going to do a very targeted small campaign. So we're going to go drive for dollars in our target area, write down the addresses that we think would make a potential good deal, and then I will stalk the address, find the owner, send them a personalized letter, and hopefully get a deal out of it.
Lists are great, but they don't tell you what the street's like. You know, what side, that side of the neighborhood, what that's like. So there's a massive benefit with getting eyes in that area and seeing the property yourself, for sure. We got that emergency taken care of, that wall barged in with some hydraulic cement, and I want to stress to everybody, if you're having water issues in your basement, take care of the root of the problem. And in this case, the root of the problem was re-diverting those downspouts. We took care of that, and it's actively pouring, and the leak totally stopped.
So hopefully the next episode will be getting back to that kitchen, finally hanging the uppers and having appliances delivered. So be sure to like, subscribe, follow along on Instagram, Trendless Wealth, and we will see you guys in the next one.